From your local news authority, local, in-depth, community, you're watching KFDX 3 News at 10.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Zach Verdea. Well, guys, obviously employees have had a pretty smashing time. Look at this. The wall is absolutely demolished here. Commissioner Beecham says these walls are coming down anyway, so what better way to relieve some stress than to come down here and smash some walls while at work, too.
So, Zach, where do we stand right now?
Well, where to really begin, Daniela? Like you mentioned, that Cadillac driven by the suspect was found here in an alleyway in Wichita Falls. But at this point, multiple agencies are still searching for that at-large suspect. And Ronnie Jackson will return to Wichita Falls next week for his 2022 campaign kickoff tour. Jackson plans to meet with constituents in hopes of hearing about the issues most important to them and discuss the efforts he's made to uphold Texas's conservative values in Congress. The event will be open to the public coming up this Wednesday, January 5th, over at the Warehouse. That's at 1401 Lamar Street here in Wichita Falls, and will go from 5:30 until 7. I'm in the cockpit of a World War II C-47 Skytrain, also known as Boogie Baby. And this very aircraft served as a troop transporter in World War II and still has the very same function here at Frederick Airfield.
Well, I was retired, been retired several years, and I spent a lot of my retirement on old cars. I finished the car, which one's sitting right here, and I didn't have anything to do.
Like the old saying goes,
somebody in town had left it there.
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
As on my walk for exercise, I found a little boy's bike somebody was putting in the trash, and I brought it over here and completely refurbished it and detailed it and made it look like new, and didn't know what I was going to do with it. So I found a little boy that would take it, and the next day I found a little girl's bike at her garage sale, and I did the same thing. And the coming weekend, second Monday, I went out and bought 5, and that got me started.
Now, 2 years later, Bowie's Jack McDonald isn't slowing down.
By word of mouth, they found what I'm doing, and they donate bikes to me to call me to come get them, or sometimes they leave them here.
And the 81-year-old isn't just fixing these up to sell.
Most of them I've given through the Bowie mission. But I've given, taken some to Nocona Food Bank, some to the Montague Christ-Can Food Bank. I'll set them outside the curb over by my shop, or over by my house, and people will pick them up.
The stories go on.
People stop by here sometimes, see me working on them, they'll stop. And she saw the bikes, and she pulled in there and she said, "I'm looking for a bike for my grandson. I'll load it for you and it's yours." Just things like that occasionally.
And on.
Man came in, he saw that bike, he said, "My grandson needs a bike." And he brought his grandson over there, and that lady said, "You should have seen him." He said, "Grandpa, it's just like my tricycle. It's John Deere." And she said he was just tickled to death with it.
With some bikes even going international.
I said, "Well, I'll load it up for her." And she had a pickup there. And she said, "I'm sending this to Mexico to my brother. He can't get one down there. I'm going to ship it to Mexico."
Keeping Jack busy with an extra special meaning.
I move them on to someone else, and it's given me a purpose, and it's made me feel good.
From reactions among recipients to reactions from the community.
People leave them knowing what I'm going to do with them, so that also makes me feel good.
A hobby.
I get every bit of rust.
That keeps people.
And it'll look pretty close to new when I finish with it.
Riding in style. And again, McDonald isn't Bowie, but has given bikes out all across Texoma. So if you're interested in a Mr. Jack bike for the holiday season, just head on down to Bowie.
Oh, look at that. You know, all this time I thought he was riding a scooter all day. I didn't realize that was a pedal.
Got a pedal. That is so awesome, Zach. Thanks so much for bringing us up.
The investigation is underway following a couple fires that completely destroyed 2 separate mobile homes at the same address today. Around 11:58 this morning, multiple fire agencies in Wichita County were alerted to the 8700 block of Rogers Lane, just north of Wichita Falls. That's where firefighters battled a fully engulfed blaze at a vacant mobile home. Then around 5:20 tonight, The second vacant mobile home at the same address caught fire and was also destroyed. Well, Jaron, it was here at these apartments right behind me when amidst a double-digit unit fire, 2 residents rushed outside to find another man hanging from a window, and they knew they had to do something to help out.
Yeah, that's right, guys. You can see some of those signs scattered behind me here at Rosemont Cemetery. Those are areas that the city has highlighted as problems.
Zach Verdea has this story.
You got this. You got this. You hear me?
In 2015, Sean Ely played football while at Fowler Elementary. His dad, Calvin, a coach for the Mustangs. Cal also served 9 years for the WFPD, establishing an unbreakable brotherhood. One that holds true despite a tragic off-duty motorcycle accident that took Calvin's life more than 6 years ago.
Officer Calvin Ely of the Wichita Falls Police Department is clear from his final tour of duty.
His son Sean is now in high school, playing basketball and starting for the Peaster Greyhounds. This week he was back in Wichita Falls, and Cal's old teammates at the PD were there to support Sean.
I didn't expect, maybe a small turnout, 'cause I know everybody has to work, but the fact that they came and they had their uniforms on and everything, I think it was great. And my son was really surprised because he didn't know they were coming, so that was even better.
Sean took the court hoping to lead his state-ranked Peaster Greyhounds over the Huskies. Hershey proved to be a tough test, but results aside, Sean proved he's growing up to be just like his dad.
Just because Calvin's not in his life, I mean, he's so much like him that it's crazy.
Immediately, you can see Cal in him already. You can see that his height, his size, and then you can even see the way he walks. They walk very similar. And then when you see him play, super athletic, just like his dad was in the same aspect of it too. I mean, a legit competitor when it comes to it. And then seeing him score, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good highlight.
24 officers there to watch the game, supporting Sean as if he was their own.
You look good out there. See you playing good ball, man.
Like family, just as Calvin would want.
And his friends instilled a lot of those good things in him too, so, I mean, they're his brothers for life and a family to Sean and me too.
It brings back memories of when I served with him. I see it in him, I see that going on, and it's an honor to be out here supporting him, supporting his family.
Love you, brother. We'll be here for you all the time.
Still keeping Cal in this family as well and his son, and it'll be like that for the rest of the time, so long as we're out here serving.
We'll always be here for you.
We said it from day one.
With your sports spotlight, I'm Zach Verdea.
As you may have seen at the end there, an awesome gesture post-game. Officer Vasquez gave Sean some challenge coins on behalf of the WFPD gang unit as a token of their support. A very classy move from the Wichita Falls Police Department.